Hello friends, welcome back to the video series in Oracle PL SQL programming. In this video, we would work on the not null constraint. As you know, not null means that the column must not be blank and it needs some value to insert. Such as previously created in the employee table, the first name, last name, email ID, etc. columns must be not null, or we have to insert some value or data to it here. To make it sure when inserting the value to it, it is not blank, we can ensure the column adding not null constraint to it. Practically, not null constraint can only be passed through the column level and cannot be passed through the table level. As said earlier, we can pass the name of the constraint or we can pass the constraint without the name also. Let's check how to use this constraint when we are creating the table or when we are altering the table after creation. So, for that, go to the SQL Plus. Enter the username as system and the password as password. Now, we are connected to the Oracle database 21C Express Edition. At first, we are here to use the constraint not null during the creation of the table. So, at first we have to create a table, and for that at first I am clearing the screen. So, here I am creating a table named as suppose test, then the parenthesis, and then suppose I have a column named as column 1 or col1. Then the data type of the col1 is number. Then I am using the constraint, that keyword. Then the name of the constraint. Suppose here the table name is test underscore, then the column where we want to use the not null constraint, that's why writing the col1 and then the not null for that nn. So that test underscore col1 underscore nn is the name of the constraint. Then just write the not null, that keywords for the constraint. Then comma, another column suppose col2 has been created with number and then the not null. Another column has been created here with the column name, that is col3, and suppose with the data type, that is varchar2, and also with the size suppose 10. Then press enter and the end of parenthesis and the semicolon. If we do not give any name to the constraint, Oracle by default assigns a name to this constraint, but it is always better to assign a name to it for further processing with enable or disable the constraint. Press enter and the table has been created. In the first case, when the column 1 was the first column, then we have provided the name of the constraint, that is test underscore col1 underscore nn. And in the second column col2, we have not provided any constraint. Let's check what's happening here. Just we can type DSC to find out the structure of the table test. Then you can find that the column 1 is here with the data type number, but the constraint is not null. And in the column 2 in col2, the data type is also number, but here the constraint is not null. So here with the keyword constraint we can assign the constraint not null to the call 1, or without the keyword constraint also we can assign the constraint not null. When we would start inserting data to this table, we would find we cannot pass any blank value to the call1 field and also the call2 field. But in the call3 field, which has no constraint not null, it can take the blank value. Now to pass the not null constraint with an existing table where any column has no such constraint not null, we can also do that by modifying it. Let's check with the same table created here. Suppose the call 3. So we can add the constraint not null also in the call 3 column, and for that we can use the alter, then the table keyword, then the name of the table that is test, and then use the keyword modify, then the column name here that is called 3, and then the data type with it, suppose varchar, and its size was 20, and then the keyword constraint, and then the name of the constraint. Here we have test the table name underscore the name of the field that is called 3 underscore the constraint that is nn. Then use the not null and then the semicolon. Press enter. Table altered. So here we can check the structure of the table test. Now you can see before the column 3 has no constraint not null, but here we have the column 3 that is not null. So we can also modify the constraint after creation of the table. Let's check it once again with the previously created table employee. And for that, at first we are clearing the screen. Let's check the structure of the table employee, and for that DESC EMPLOYEE. Now we can check here, none of the column has the constraint not null. So if we want to add the constraint, we can also do it, and we should use the column name first name to add the not null constraint here. So, and for that we are using alter, then table, then the name of the table that is employee, then modify, then the name of the column that is first name, then the data type that is varchar 2, and here we are changing the size of the field also from varchar 20 to varchar 30. Then the name of the constant, before that we have to use the constant, that particular keyword, and then the name of the constant. Suppose for employee I am writing EMP, then the name of the column, suppose for first name I am writing the FN, then underscore the not null, that's why NN, and then the keywords or the constant, particularly not null. Semicolon, press enter, and the message here that is table altered. Before that, the first name, that particular column has no constraint and the size with the data type was 20 and varchar 2. Let's check what is happening now. So DSC and then the name of the table that is employee. Now you can check the column first name has the constant assigned with the not null. Also, the size of the field has been increased from 20 to 30. Before that, that was 20. But in the statement, we have used it to increase to the 30, and that is also possible here. So we can pass the not null constraint after creation of the table also by alter and modify comments or during the creation of the table. In the next video, we would work on the unique constraint.